Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to my live today. Today, I'm talking to my creative entrepreneurs about the revamp of my Coffee Break MBA program for 2025. I'm so excited. For those who don't know, because people know me in different ways, as you can see on this YouTube channel and on my LinkedIn, I train script supervisors. I'm a story consultant. I train screenwriters. I have very, very vivid and alive international communities in those programs. And I also train creative entrepreneurs through my Coffee Break MBA program, which is a really special program for me. It's close to my heart, but it's the only one of my programs that I feel needs a major overhaul. So I have been spending the last few weeks doing market research, interviewing people one-on-one who hi Mary who are either thinking about starting or growing an online business, or who have an online business, and what they would want to see in an ideal world in my Coffee Break MBA program. So after talking to my coffee breakers who've been with me for the past, oh my God, we've been going for 4.5 years, and also speaking with people one-on-one, I came to some conclusions for a design for the new program. So while Coffee Break is not unsuccessful in the sense that I have like such an incredible community in there. We have 50 creative entrepreneurs in 40 countries, 40 in 4 countries, sorry. Yeah, and it's been really, really a wonderful love fest in many ways. But that's also the problem of it. It was not designed to be a love fest. It was designed to get people to grow their online businesses so that they could create more. That was my why. That was my goal. And, you know, we got through some really hard times together because we started Coffee Break MBA in August of 2020. So during, you know, the lockdown, we were together every week online. Sorry, I'll turn my phone off. I don't even know if you're hearing all those dings. But you know, and some people did implement what I was teaching, because what I teach in that program is exactly the steps that I have taken and that I have helped other people take, because I also coach people privately on starting online businesses. And the people who did implement did see results. And then they either left the program or stopped doing, you know, stopped having an online business for various reasons. I understand. But also, I got some feedback that the lack of, you know, I'm talking about 10%. So 10, you know, 5 to 7 people at any given time are actually implementing what I have been teaching. And the others have not, which is fine. I did initiate, you know, this is all on me. It's all on me. I take full responsibility for the fact that we became a social club more than anything else. And I'm going to change that, because I do want people to win. I do want people to actually implement stuff and start businesses so that they can write more. It's been my joy. It's been my freedom. It's just bought me a lifestyle that I've always wanted, where I can travel and I can work from anywhere, and I can share my ideas and get paid for that. And you know, I put everything into the course, and I know that that was also a problem, meaning like there's not one way to start an online business. You can have a course business, which of course I highly recommend. You can be an affiliate marketer. There's like so many ways, and I taught them all inside Coffee Break, which maybe, and the reason for that was, you know, people, I wanted people to choose their own adventure. I wanted people to sort of guide their own path, forge their own way, because there's not one way to make money online. There's like 7 to 10 really reliable ways to make money online. And I wanted people to come in with their creative superpowers and you know, decide what was going to be, what they were going to try first, how many of the things they were going to try, with some guidance from me. So the old structure of Coffee Break MBA was 1 week Q&A, 1 week small group coaching, and anywhere between 2 and 10 people would show up to our small group coaching. So that was a lot of, and it's going to continue to be a lot of a high touch point with me, because I believe that that's necessary. The problem was, and the complaints I was receiving was that a lot of the people coming to the coaching sessions weren't actually implementing anything or really, moving forward their business. So the people that were really like had a lot to ask and a lot to say about implementation didn't get as much, because I give everyone equal time. So I okay, so so those were the initial problems with Coffee Break MBA. So it included, it was too general. It had like everything. By the way, it's still going to have everything, but I'm going to actually coach people through it. So I figured out, because people didn't necessarily want to lose that. They just wanted wanted me to teach it in order rather than letting people choose their own adventure, which is really fair. I think that's a really good way to do it. And the other issue is I would schedule these sessions sort of 4 or 5 days ahead of time, rather than have a consistent day and time, which was incredibly good feedback for me. I definitely take huge responsibility for that. And part of that is because I also still work on film sets. So I'm going to, for the Coffee Break 2025, the small group coaching will be every single week rather than every other week. And it will be at a set time that only changes every quarter. The other thing is, Coffee Break MBA was named that because MBA stands for Maximum Bliss Accelerator. Because it was my hope that having all the information and having the group coaching and support would get you to your sweet spot of being able to earn from home or from anywhere much faster. So it was just a play on MBA. The reason I went there is because in my first few months of business, I was hitting 10K consistently, and I read the average salary of an MBA graduate, and I was making more than an MBA graduate. So, and I felt like I was having like so much fun. It felt like a coffee break. The point was that I was giving people information one coffee break at a time for the cost of a cup of coffee a week, which was $16 a month at the US at the beginning. And then I just went to annual because it was easier to administer. So $197 US a year. So that's all going to change as well, because some of the feedback I got in the one-on-one market research was that I was so underpricing, undervaluing the program, that people weren't taking it seriously. So they didn't have enough skin in the game to really take it seriously. Now, I'm not going to jack up the price. It is going up, but I'm not going to jack it up ridiculously. I still want, my audience is still artists. I'm trying to help them get out of relying on having to take Joe jobs. I mean, you still might for a while, you still will for a while, but the point is to pull you out of that so you can have a 6-figure business from home. That's the goal. That's the dream. And I know I can take you there, or at least I can do my best, because I got there very, very quickly. And I know exactly what I did, and because I have coached so many people one-on-one, I have a knack, I have a talent for seeing, pulling out the best in people and pulling out their strengths and weaknesses. And listen, some people that I spoke to in the market research said they only want one-on-one coaching, which is fine. That's fair. It's more expensive, but at least, you get the one-on-one coaching with me. I'm not, I don't have oodles of time. So it'll have to be very pointed and specific. So my coaching rate currently is 75 US an hour plus HST for Canadians, and it's going up to 100 on January 4th. I have bundles of 5-hour where you can get a discount. I think right now I'm at 300 and something, I can't remember, for a 5-hour bundle, and that's going to go up as well. You just get a little bit of a discount if you prepay for 5 hours. So that's going to stay the same. People will always have the option to coach with me one-on-one. It's just that because I'm also a story consultant and I have lots of private writing clients plus my students, it's not going to be an infinite number of hours that I can do private coaching. So it's much more, it's financially easier for people to train with me through Coffee Break, and then just, get private coaching time as they need it, if they need it, because it's designed in such a way that you shouldn't need private coaching time with me, but I understand if you want it. Just um, everyone's brain works differently. Everyone retains concepts easier than others because, we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different superpowers creatively. The joy of Coffee Break has been interacting with artists from so many different disciplines, writers, filmmakers, actors, different kinds of writers, playwrights, videographers, editors. It's been so phenomenal, the community. And I don't want to lose the community because of the new plan. So what I have decided to do is for all the coffee breakers, so I'm going to start a free community and we'll have the paid version of Coffee Break MBA. So when I was talking to my coffee breakers, one of them said, why don't you just drop the MBA from the title? And I'm like, that's the whole point, that we're here to start businesses. So but what we can do is have a free Facebook group that I'm going to call the Coffee Break MBA Social Club, where we can actually interact, promote each other's work, lift each other up. You'll just need to give me your email address to join. That's it. That'll be the only, you don't have to pay anything for it. The coffee breakers can be there. The current coffee breakers who don't want to continue paying because it's a subscription, right? It's a membership. And if you don't want to go into the new version of Coffee Break, just go into the free group and then you don't have to pay the monthly payments anymore. Those who are still in their paid year of Coffee Break, because most people are billed annually, or in their paid months of Coffee Break, will be able to stay on in the new incarnation for another year. And then if they want to renew, they can renew again next year. And so their service won't be interrupted. In fact, it'll be accelerated, because instead of going into group coaching every 2 weeks, I'll be going into group coaching every week for the first 3 months. And then we're going to do a regular, just pure group coaching. So the other issue that I heard with Coffee Break was that people could join at any time and start at any time. So people were coming in at different levels, like different, some were just starting and they were like kind of maybe potentially overwhelmed by people who are way advanced. So I'm only going to allow entrance into Coffee Break 4 times a year. So we'll be on 3-month cycles. And the new price point is $297, starting $297 US plus HST for Canadians, which starts on January 4th. Until then, you can still get Coffee Break for $197, the current price point, a year, and it's just going to go up, because I've told everybody it's going to go up on January 4th. So I'm going to stick to my promise. Even though I should have just raised it. It's okay. You can still get it at the $197. And the first cohort, so the first, it'll only be open every 3 months. So this session will run from January 12th to April 12th. That's the first 3-month session. And then in the next 3-month session, we just do pure coaching. So let me explain the difference. When the cohort joins in the first 3 months, every single week, I'll be going through the 14 course modules that are in there. I have modules on starting a business. And by the way, we're going to kick it all off with a Find Your Jam challenge. The Find Your Jam challenge is going to be for those who are not in Coffee Break. For those who are, it's free. For those who want to join the Find Your Jam challenge, that's a challenge about figuring out the kind of business you want to do. One of the recurring problems I see with creative entrepreneurs, and it's not a problem, I think it's a superpower, but I get it. It's hard to pick one. People have so many ideas for businesses. How do you pick one? Or how do you pick the one you start with? Because you don't have to pick one. We're all about multi-potentialites in my program. So the Find Your Jam challenge, I'm going to schedule it for January 6th to 10th. I'm just double checking, because those are the dates I wrote. I believe it's the Monday to Friday. I think it's January 6th to 10th. The winner of the challenge will get a 1-year membership to Coffee Break MBA. To enter the challenge, it'll be $17 US, and I'll also have a VIP level membership that I think I'm going to price at $97. What that will include is the challenge. Every single day, I'll give you an exercise to do, and you're going to start to formulate what your, and it's going to be, by the way, those who did the Find Your Jam challenge 2 years ago, it's going to be an updated version of it. I'm going to add to it. I'm going to add a social media piece to it, and I'm going to add obviously the VIP level. We didn't have the VIP level last time, and people asked for it. So the VIP level will involve more coaching. So there might be, I don't know how many people will join the VIP, but whoever's in there will get an extra hour every single day of coaching with me. The point of the challenge is to come up with a viable business idea based on your talents, and everyone's going to present their or your talents, experience, whatever the case may be. And on either the Friday or the Saturday, haven't decided yet, at the end of the challenge, everyone who wants to present their idea, I'll pick the 3 finalists, and the people on the Zoom call will vote for the winner, so that, to try to remove my bias from that. I'll pick the 3 finalists based on criteria that I set out. Last time in the Find Your Jam challenge, we didn't have like a contest portion of it, but I like to gamify everything, as you guys know, and I find it motivates people. So the Find Your Jam challenge will be low cost with a VIP bump option for those that want it from January 6th to 10th. I will post details this week, and I'll email everyone on my mailing list. If you're not on my mailing list, just DM me, reach out, or I will have a link tree posted, bit.ly/Sione. I'll type it out later in this talk, where I'll post all the updates. I'm going to revamp our coffee break sales page with the notification that January 4th, the price goes up. Registration will end for Coffee Break MBA the day before. So January 11th will be your last day to join the first cohort of Coffee Break MBA. Right now, I'll know my schedule in 2 more weeks, but right now I'm looking at Saturday afternoons, every Saturday afternoon from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., January 12th to April 12th. We'll meet for the training and implementation. And people said they wanted me to do like audits of people's social media, audits of people's sales pages. So that's going to be incorporated into the coursework. Just so you know, like it is all encompassing in terms of I go through launching your business, finding your audience, building your brand, email marketing, how to create a webinar. I only teach stuff that I've done. There are modules that I haven't done yet that I will have done by the time we get there. There's really detailed modules on ebook publishing and audiobook publishing, which I intend to do by the time we get there in March. So, but I had my assistant do tons and tons of research. So I've got all the guides there in the program. And yes, you will still get full access to and there's more. There's 14 modules, public speaking, like publicity and public speaking. And that's another thing. One of the bonuses that comes with Coffee Break MBA, I'm still going to include it this year. It was one of my favorite things I've ever done. In January of 2023, we held a virtual summit called Creative Influence. And I got several artists of different disciplines, mostly coffee breakers, but some of my friends in the world outside of Coffee Break, to speak for 20 minutes on their creative superpower and how it applies to CEOs in the corporate world. And we were hoping that it would attract CEOs, that they would watch. What ended up happening was only a few people attended, and they were all artists. And it was really mind-blowing. The level of content was really phenomenal. It was 14 hours of content, and we had, was it 14? It was 7 hours of content. We had 14 speakers, and it was, what I really loved about it was the coffee breakers especially got to flex their public speaking muscles. So I do want to do another Creative Influence Summit, but the difference this year is we're going to do it live in Toronto. I will try to do it in different cities in different years, but this year we'll do our inaugural one in Toronto. So start thinking about your TEDx talks, coffee breakers. we'll pick and you'll get if you join Coffee Break, you'll get the Creative Influence Summit as a bonus, so you can see what we did. It was pretty wild. It was pretty phenomenal, actually. And I have people who bought the recordings who said I still watch them to get motivated. So that was one of the super positive things to come out of Coffee Break MBA. And I got such incredible feedback on that event. even though it was theoretically, it was like a financial failure because we didn't really make money on it. But hey, we got some incredible experience, and people really gained some confidence in speaking online and speaking publicly through that. And they got to articulate what their message was. So that's going to remain a part of Coffee Break, the opportunity to submit for that. And we'll do it live in Toronto. I know it's going to, not, we have coffee breakers in different countries, so it's not going to be for everybody. If I find that I need to program people from abroad, I will try to figure out how to broadcast in our venue on a screen. So that's sort of a plan B idea. If we don't have, and it might not be the exact same setup. We had 2 days, 14 speakers. It might be one day. I have some concrete ideas about where I want to host it, but I've got to talk to the venue. Okay, so where was I? So the new version of Coffee Break, you'll still get the bonuses, and the bonuses include my social media monetization masterclass, which you can also purchase separately. That comes as a bonus. Organic YouTube Sales Engine, which is a 1-hour mini course on how I got to my first 30K month in sales. And that's one of my favorite things I've ever done in terms of like how I analyzed what went down in that month, because it's very repeatable steps. And you will get creative influence as well. Later this year, I will be, because so many people wanted me to go even deeper into online course creation, because that is my zone of genius. Meaning that's just the thing I do best and the thing I really, really have deep experience in this world. I will be doing a separate course, which I haven't named yet, but I'm thinking of like Course Creation Incubator or something like that. It'll be a 3-month course on how to create and launch your online business. And I'm not going to do it till we get through our first 3 months with the new cohort, because I believe that you'll have such a solid idea. Those who are interested, who want to go from Coffee Break to that, they'll get a discount on that course. Or if people just want to do that course with me, just that course, that's going to be $497 US. And then I believe I will definitely give the Coffee Breakers, I haven't decided how much of a discount, but some degree of a discount, because we have a lot of information inside the program already on how to create online courses. Okay. So trying to think if I left anything out. We will have enrollment every 3 months. Once you join, your first 3 months are weekly implementation calls where I teach on that week's module. You have the option of just being in the social club, not paying anything. So if you're just in the social club, it's a Facebook group right now. I may eventually switch it to Circle or another app, but right now it's just a free Facebook group called the Coffee Break MBA Social Club. I will moderate it. I don't want the group to go wild where just random topics. Like, we still want to keep on brand with creatives starting online businesses, but it'll be more of a social vibe. It's not more of an implementation and doing vibe. And the coffee breakers who don't want to pay anything, they're welcome there, and they can stay. We can stay amongst our people, because everyone's like, I don't want to lose the community. And I totally understand that. Some of the coolest people are in Coffee Break MBA. But those in the paid program will either purchase it before January 4th for $197 US, or they'll purchase it by January 4th, on January 4th or later, for $297 US. That first group will get a full year at that price, but every subsequent group, it's going to be 6 months for $297 US. Okay. Because the feedback I got after I priced it was, that's way too low. It's making people feel like there's not value in there, when the opposite is in the sense that there's so much in there. So people will have the choice to just take the online course it's not called that, because there's a course out there called the online course, the Course Creation Incubator, or whatever I name it by the time I release it. That'll probably be released in April. And that'll be a 3-month program separate from Coffee Break. Coffee Breakers will get a discount. Coffee Breakers get a discount on everything I do relating to online business. Okay. The annual rate the first group gets it for $297 for the whole year. After the 3-month implementation, they roll into group coaching calls for the rest of the year. So they go through all the training modules, and then they go into group coaching. And if I ever have special topics or challenges, which I often do, we'll also do another 5-day challenge at some point in the 3 months. And that is a challenge on how to create an online challenge for your whatever your business idea is in order to find your customers. We'll do that, and there will be a prize associated with that. And again, you don't have to join Coffee Break to participate in those challenges, but those challenges are free to coffee breakers, and you can do them on a paid basis, one by one. We'll probably do our live event in the summer. I'm just trying to figure out my schedule, my travel schedule, and I'll check with the venue. It'll either be late spring or early summer or fall, like in that zone. We're gonna. I just want to. I thought one of my superpowers is curating. So I used to curate a comedy show. I used to scout talent and have my friends who I thought were hilarious on the show with Creative Influence. I would meet people like the year before Creative Influence. I met people and I had a whole bunch of coffee breakers, and I went, I need you to do a talk about this. And they would spend, a month writing the talk. So yeah, I want to do that again. So I just need to figure out how many speakers I can get and what the structure is going to be, but it'll be this year, the live version of Creative Influence. All right. Did I leave anything? Oh, feel free to ask me questions. If you're tuning in on LinkedIn, I think it doesn't show me the questions, but if you're tuning in on LinkedIn, can you type a question just so we can test the system and see if your comments are coming through? Because last time we had a technical glitch. Last time I went live on StreamYard, it only showed me the YouTube comments. Otherwise, I'll check LinkedIn after I'm off, and I'll answer your questions there if they show up. Does anyone have questions? I'll send an email summarizing all this. The goal is that we still retain our community through the Facebook group, but we have the doers and the people who are ready to take this journey with me and have accountability join the paid group. The first group gets it for a year. The second group will get it, all subsequent groups will get it for 6 months. And the price will eventually go up, but I want to give the new format a beta price, and I want to give people incentive to join the first cohort, because the first cohort I'm teaching live every week. Often when I do the second or third cohorts, it's pure coaching. Like the live stuff will be pre-recorded and it's pure coaching. Right now, I've got when you join, you'll get all the guides. I'm debating whether to leave all the old videos. I'll probably leave the old videos too. I'm just going to replace them as I teach every week. I have answered all your questions, says Mary. Looking forward to all. Okay, great. And anyone else? It says that I've got 3 people here. Is anyone else here? Is anyone excited? I'm excited. I had just such an incredible session of one-on-one interviews. A whole bunch of those people joined on my social media monetization masterclass, which has been really fun. We only had our first class of the second cohort, and it's been super fun. I'm gonna open that up, I think, every 2 to 3 months, that social media masterclass as well, which will always be free to coffee breakers. Okay, just seeing if I missed anything. I think that's all I wanted to say. I'm excited. I know listen, I also have to be a better leader in the sense that I underprice everything. Like, I'm notorious for this. And it's easy for me to coach other people to say, oh, your prices are too low. But I know it's the feedback I got. You way underprice everything. And so people don't realize, listen, I've taken many courses for $2,000 and $3,000. It's not, something that I even blink at. And I know the value that you're getting inside Coffee Break, because knowing what I got in those other programs, certainly not this level of small group coaching. That's for sure. Yeah. So, okay. If there are no questions, because I'm not seeing any other comments. And Mary's on LinkedIn. Okay, so LinkedIn is working. Thanks, Mary. Then I'll sign off. I'll email everybody a follow-up. Oh yeah, I'm going to type in, I did a new bit.ly for my Linktree, and if you don't know what that means, definitely join one of my programs. So bit.ly/Sione. Is it showing up? That is where you can, did it work? I'm not seeing the banner. Okay, what? Here we go. Show. There we go. So that is my new short link to get to my link tree. And every time I update any of my courses, you can just go to bit.ly/Sione and see what's going on. It's updated all the time. Like right now, I've got my Black Friday stuff up there for script supervisors, a whole bunch of small bundles. I'm going to have all the new writing program announcements up there on Monday. I shot a new ad for my programs. I'm super excited for the next round of writers programs as well. The big thing right now is that I'm pre-interviewing story editors for the Story Editor Studio. We've got people right now in Canada, New Zealand, Hungary, and London in the class. I still haven't, normally most of our people are in the US for Story Editor Studio. So I'm really hopeful that we'll get some Americans in this cohort as well. I only teach it once a year. So anyway, reach out, whatever you need. My email. Oh, you can book. There's a Calendly link right on my link tree that you can book time with me if you have questions, if you need to know more. Otherwise, look out for the upcoming announcements. And thank you for being on this journey with me. It's been quite a journey since August 2020. This August will be our 5th year anniversary inside Coffee Break MBA. And I want to hear more success stories. That's what I want. I want to help people get there. That's my joy in life. It's happening in my other programs. My other programs have higher engagement and a much higher level of success stories. And I do want to see the same for Coffee Break. I know I can help you, but you got to meet me halfway and also do the work. Okay. I'll do more content on YouTube to explain to you how much my life has changed just by taking a few simple actions. I see people breaking their necks to like submit resumes for jobs, much more so than they'll put the work into their own online business. And I want to say like, wait, don't you know if you put that energy into something that's for you, that you own, that you'll get so much greater even stability out of it than a lot of actual jobs offer you today. So it's hard to I know it in hindsight because I know how easily it went for me, and people do say I'm in the even my own coaches say I'm in the 1%. What's your cutoff for interviewing Story Editor Studio? Oh, I think I said January 6th. Obviously, Tallulah, just because I know you're in the running for the contest, right? So I'm having a watch time giveaway. Sorry, I know who Tallulah is, and I'm blanking on your real name, but I know who you are. So I'm having a watch time giveaway, and we're at 819 hours. So when we hit 1,000 watch hours, and you're one of there's only like now 6 people eligible to win. So I understand, like you would, but you can interview for Story Editor's Studio before that, and then in case you win it, then you can, doing the interview for Story Editor Studio doesn't mean you have to join. It just helps me determine your eligibility. That is all. And didn't we talk last year and we said you were eligible? I honestly can't remember, but remind me, okay? I can look it up because I know I talked to a bunch of people last year who weren't ready yet, but they wanted to join the following year. But yeah, interviewing doesn't mean you have to pay or whatever. Like that is up to you. I do that, by the way, to determine that people are going to get the most out of the program and that they're ready for it, because not everybody's ready for it. You have to, okay, cool. Good to know. Yes, we did chat before. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I know who it is. Your name just came to me. So yeah, like you have a 1 in 6 chance of winning the watch time giveaway right now. So I wouldn't join until you find out if you win, right? And I'm assuming we'll hit the 1,000 watch hours mark before Christmas. So I fully understand that. All right. Thanks everyone. And yeah, just reach out, and thanks for tuning in. It's just much easier for me to explain it this way. And I'll see my coffee breakers. We're still continuing on with content this month in Coffee Break. I'll see them on Monday night. Leela, I've loved being a part of Coffee Break MBA. Be great to hear more about legacy members moving into the new program. So Leela, you guys are, oh yeah, I didn't say this. You guys are grandfathered in at the rate you're at. So you're still on the monthly because you're an original, right? You're not on the yearly. So you would still be at the same rate, however long you wanted to stay. Absolutely. It's not an issue. And the people who are on the yearly, they have that. There's people who have been hanging out and not paying for a while. They're not eligible, but those people will all be moved into the social club, right? Yeah. So existing coffee breakers, legacy members, grandfathered in. I've always said that since the very beginning. That's not going to change. So you guys will get to keep going. It's just you'll either pay monthly or yearly, depending on what plan you joined in, and that includes people who join up to January 3rd at the 197 US rate. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye.